Hi, everybody. My name is Katie Joe, and this is Sovereign Soul. And we're here to talk about being the sovereign spiritual guide for yourself and that you have your own divine authority. So, today I'm recording two different podcasts. So, look at the last one that you may or may have missed. We're talking about spiritual toxicity. But I want to talk today a little bit about spiritual business and what I see happen in spiritual business all of the time. So leaving corporate world and moving into this, opening my own studio, creating a business in the, sound bath, Reiki, yoga world. We're regularly hosting events where people are talking about the moons and intuitive and psychics and things like that. I saw the complete dysfunction that was happening in these spiritual spaces from a physical perspective. So a lot of people that are starting spiritual businesses are saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I'm not getting clients. I'm not being able to book events. I can't tell you how many people reached out to me when I had the studio and they said, can I have your studio Wednesday night for free? And I said, no, you can't. I rent the studio space. And they say, but this is such a good cause. And I'm really inspired by spirit and I'm supposed to do it. And I could do this event and we could do donations. And I'm like, well, my landlord doesn't take donations every single month. My landlord says this is what it is. And so here I'm running this business. And if I lock down every Wednesday of the month, then that's a huge revenue that I can't have. And I can't guarantee that because we live in a physical dimension. And so not paying on time is such a huge thing. And I have so many spiritual people that are geniuses in spirituality. They have read every single book. They can see angels, they can see the future, they can talk to ghosts, all of this stuff. They are some of the most phenomenal people in the entire world with good hearts who want to create peace and love in the world. And because they don't show up on time, they won't pay on time, and they won't stick to subject matter, they can't get their business going because they don't understand the logistics of marketing, which is 30 days, 90 days, 60 days. There's certain windows for price points of the things that you're offering that have to be marketed. Simple things like creating a graphic, simple things like creating a link, having your money in order, charging before somebody comes to an event. You can still do free things. You can still do donation-based things. But one of the things, ironically, that I see undermine spiritual, amazing people who are not sure, can't understand why they can't get a business, why their businesses aren't starting, is because they simply don't start on time. As a studio owner, I would host all of these events. We ran like an event center. Half of the time we ran our events, and then we had practitioners that were in rooms taking clients throughout the week. And as I was sitting there, I would get so much feedback from clients and guests of the studio that were regulars. They'd come to just about everything. They love to come to things. And if somebody rented the studio, let's just use the name Julie Schmoo. That's not a real person, by the way. So Julie Schmoo rents the studio. And so my clientele sees this event going on at the studio and they think, well, this is really cool. I want to give this a shot. I can't tell you, there were certain people that would rent the venue, and the feedback I would get from my regular clients is this: hey, I paid to come. I showed up. The presenter started late, 15 minutes late. And you think 15 minutes isn't a lot. 15 minutes is a lot when people have babysitters and have fought traffic to be there. They started 15 minutes late. And then when they started, they said, hey, on the way here, I got this amazing spiritual download that we needed to talk about this tonight instead of what I marketed. So everybody settle in and we're going to do this. And I'm getting all of these messages and it's so powerful. So we're totally switching gears and we're doing this. And then they would let people overtalk, overshare, and they would end late. So I would have my regular clientele say, I'm never coming back to one of their events because they started late, they ended late, and then they didn't stick to the subject matter that they said that they would. They wouldn't stay on topic. And I see this all the time with practitioners who are doing Reiki, who are doing intuitive sessions, who are doing hypnotherapy, who are doing all of that. and they don't understand, man, I'm so gifted and people always feel so much better when I come. Why am I not getting business? It's because we live in a physical realm. And I have so many people, know so many amazing people that say, I'm in the spiritual realm. Time is really hard for me. Money is really hard for me because that's a physical experience. And I'm not physical. I'm so connected to source. Okay, but we are here. We are here in a physical realm to learn to master the physical realm. I'm not saying I've mastered it, but there are physical things here that are that are part of the name of the game. And we came here to do the work here. We're not out there in the cosmos doing the work. We came here to do the work. So in the physical realm, start on time, have easy payment systems, have clear marketing. There's so many times, and so I want to move into this. There's so many times when I'm on to my event, I'm headed to my event, and I get those same downloads because the people that are coming, you feel the energy gathering and you start getting all of these things. And I'll show up at the event and I'm set up and I'm ready. So when people walk in, it's professional. And what I do is I'll literally look at my link, I'll look at my graphics, I'll look at that and I'll say, what did I promise today? What did I promise in all of my marketing to deliver today? So I look at that and then I go, okay, everything else that I was going to do, I can cut from what we're doing because I got all these downloads and I know we're supposed to do this, but you can't not deliver what you promised. So the way that I explain this is imagine if you're bebopping on Google, right? And you type into, I'm just going to use Old Navy. And you go to Old Navy and you click on Old Navy and you order a blue hoodie. And then the mail comes a few days later and you open up your package from Old Navy and it says, and it's jeans. And there's a nice little note in there that says, hey, I know you ordered a blue hoodie, but we were told by Spirit and Source that you needed jeans. Here you go. That would be illegal. And people think because it's in the spiritual realm, it's not the same. It is the same. So, simple things talking about spiritual toxicity is just not being able to manage things and understanding why things aren't panning out for you. So, first of all, just manage your time. Starting on time and ending on time builds integrity and trust for your clientele. They know they can count on you. And also, your clients, meaning your clients that attend your events, will know that you have respect for them, that you respect their time, that they have taken time out of their families, out of their work, driven, fought traffic, paid the gas money, often paid babysitters to be there. And when you start on time and end on time, you are telling them that you value, respect, and honor them for giving you that portion of their life to share time together. Having simple payment systems, clear marketing, and delivering what you promised you'd deliver. You can still do all of that flowery stuff, all the guidance and things. You can bring that in too, but you have to deliver what you've promised that you'll deliver. So if you want to learn more about spiritual business, I created a very successful studio. I sold it. And I can teach spiritual business where you keep your integrity with spiritual gurus, spiritual leaders, and just go to my website. You'll find more, but this is about spiritual sovereignty.